It has been such a hot week. It's been from one event to another event, from one trouble to another trouble. As a parent, what do you think about a wedding of your child? Do you believe that your child should be left alone to marry when they want to marry, who they want to marry, and how they want to marry, and look how they want to look as long as that's the way they choose to look on their wedding day? Well, that's one of the topics we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the chosen ministry's son being suspended on the night of his wedding. We don't know why. We'll talk about that. We're also going to talk about KWAM 1, Sir Wasiu Ainde Mashal, his issues where the plane nearly jammed him. Just why they laugh, Jacinta, in the background. Just join us as we begin the show. All right. Welcome to Chatroom with Max today. Today we are going to be talking a lot, and we're going to be hitting different topics on different levels, different speed. To do justice with me first, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the one, the only number one troublemaker of Chatroom with Max. Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome Jacinta, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Good evening, Minister Max. How you all doing? And happy Sunday to you.
Thank you very much, Jacinta. I'm sure everybody is doing good. They're all doing great. They're doing fine. So, how was your week, Jacinta?
That's great. And
Good.
yours?
Oh, it was okay. It was okay. Just funny. So many things going on. Difficult to keep tracks of the stories coming from Africa, you know. But yes, we will talk about some of them today.
Yeah.
All right. So if you're watching right now, please do well to like, follow, and share this so other people can enjoy what you're enjoying, okay? And if you're watching live right now, just type your name on the comment section and just say hello so we can say hello to you back, okay? So, Jacinta, which story are we going to start with, Seth, today? You know, we're talking about this backstage and we're like, what story are we going to start with today? Because this story just plenty. It's just a lot. It's a lot. But we're going to start with, let's start with the gospel, okay? Let's start with the gospel. And we have two major stories to talk about today. And we're going to be taking them one after the other. So story number one, ValueJet KWAM 1 on the runway. Who's to blame? Who's to blame? KWAM 1 on the runway. Who's to blame? So that we're going to be talking about KWAM 1. I know a lot of you don't know who KWAM 1 is, but we'll be talking about KWAM 1. Then, chosen GO suspends his son on wedding night. Why? We're also going to be talking about that too. So let's begin with the story, okay? If you're just joining us, you're welcome once again. Please type your name on the comment section. Let's know where you're watching from, okay? So we can say hi to you. You know how we do it. All right. So, Jacinta, did you hear about the chosen ministry's son's wedding, the Geo's son's wedding?
I think I had a glimpse of it, but I didn't go into it. You know, the story of one really cover up the scene of
Yeah, very true. Very true. Okay. So he got married. I don't know the exact date, but he got married. It was a wonderful wedding. Congratulations, by the way. That was an awesome wedding. Congratulations to you and your wife and to the family. May God bless your union and continue to keep you. Okay. So we're just gonna talk about this a little bit. We'll play a video. And this video is from a YouTuber who put it together and with some comments. And when we're done with that, we're going to come back and talk about this. Okay, so just get your popcorn ready and we're going to watch this right now. So if you have your popcorn, make sure you have with something to drink also, okay? So let's begin. Let's first of all share the screen and let's go.
Just hours after walking down the aisle, Pastor Lazarus Muka's son was suspended by his own father. Why? Was the punishment too harsh or a much needed stand for discipline in today's world? Let's unpack what really happened. Hello, God's people, and welcome back to Zion Streams TV. The wedding took place on July 26th as Ben Hill tied the knot with his bride, Precious Duru. But what should have been a joyful new beginning quickly turned into a disciplinary moment. According to Pastor Lazarus, his son acted against specific teachings at the wedding, and rather than ignoring it, he immediately took action.
Look at what would have happened. And if you don't learn lesson from this, you might be a victim of your own word, which is not the will of God for you. So control your children. Let them be subject to you. Let them fear you. Let them do what you want them to do. And if they've done something wrong, you don't waste time. You have to discipline them. Praise the Lord. I say you don't do what? You don't waste time. You have to do what? Discipline them. Don't say they are too big. They are going to school and you don't have power over them. That is wrong. Even me, at this point in time, I still discipline my children. One of them wedded yesterday. I disciplined him last night. Yes. I say you are now suspended because you must do what I asked you to, what I'm teaching you, your wedding. So I have to do what? Discipline him. So now you will stop whatever you are doing. So that you have pain. So you have to discipline your children. Praise the Lord. Don't allow them to overgrow you and then perish. So I discipline my own children. And you have to discipline your own children. Praise the Lord.
This isn't just about a father and son. It's about leadership, standards, and conviction. Pastor Lazarus emphasized that parents must never allow their children to grow beyond them and perish. His warning was clear. For him, discipline is not just a household rule, it's a spiritual necessity. This public declaration has sparked intense debate. Some praise Pastor Lazarus for standing firm, even when it involves his own family. Others, however, argue that such action, especially right after a wedding, may come off as emotionally harsh or insensitive. Now, let's see some of the reactions that surfaced online. Inachi wrote, "I'm lost here. Please, what did Pastor Ben do?" Samuel Ejimofo replied, "He didn't keep to church standard on wedding. I think he was too extravagant. The attire the wife put on during the reception was too fitted, resembled a wedding gown, and passed a wrong message to people that the wedding gown of his wife went against the simple wedding gown the church tells people to wear. I think also all the proposal videos, which I believe was made after their parents must have met, probably just did the proposal for the camera. And this also portrayed a wrong message that you can openly, publicly propose to a lady without going through the church, according to the standards of the church. Just my assumptions." Then Mommy Sunlight also replied, "The wedding gown his wife wore was not the pattern of the church. That the GO know they take nonsense." Ruth said, "He was allowed to wear it how he wanted before bedroom discipline. If it's other people, over Sabi women leaders will not allow them enter the church before the wedding. My sister wasn't even allowed to wear ordinary high heel shoes, hand gloves, or use lace to sew her gown." Ogechi Basi said, "Now he will learn in a hard way. What a bad way to start a life journey. May God show them mercy and save our children from negative influences in Jesus' name." Then Vina said, "If Nami be the boy, I go just carry my wife go Canada straight up for honeymoon. Suspended for what exactly? His bride's wedding dress is very decent now." James Okosisi said, "The day I saw that wedding pics, I knew it was out of the..."
All right. So let's stop right here. So Jessica, you see what we are talking about. If you're just joining, please welcome. Just type your name on the comment section. Let's know where you're watching from, and please join in the conversation. Okay. So now the question now is this. Was that damage control or was that actual discipline? Because a lot of people were saying it's more of damage control because your child already did the wedding the way he wanted to do it with his wife, and you had to just come and say, "Oh, you suspended him so he can go for honeymoon and go and enjoy the honeymoon," and then you call it suspension. Some other people are saying Gio is very strict and he had to do what he had to do. So Jessica, from the little you've heard now with regards to this story, what are your thoughts? Do you think parents have the right to dictate how their children's wedding should be? Do you think parents have the right to dictate what the child should wear, how the child should look in their wedding? Or do you think the child has the right, both kids getting married have the right to dictate how they want their wedding to be? What are your thoughts?
Okay, thank you very much, Minister Max. To what I've watched and I've observed, I think they are our parents. They still have the right, per se, when it comes to our wedding and how to come out. But to what I watched there, that wedding gown was not bad. The wedding gown was very, very okay, and it was not even revealing. So I just the way the other person asked from the comment section, I am really asking, what was the man wrongdoing that could make the father discipline him? Now, my question is to you now, Mr. Max. Was the father disciplining the husband based on the wedding gown that the wife wore, or based on the suit that the man wore? I want to understand what is the discipline all about. I can hear you. You're not audible.
Okay, so I said that's a very good question. If you look at the pants the boy was putting on, some people say that was tight. It was a tight pants. If you look at the dress the girl was putting on, some people say it was fitted. It was very fitted. That's what they're saying. They are saying. I'm just saying what people are saying. So, everybody watching right now, do you think that this girl's wedding gown was too tight, or do you think it was okay that they wore their dress the way they wore it? Now, if you know anything about Chosen, you would know them for their strict nature. Very, very strict. They know they take nonsense. So let's go back to the video. We'll just play the video without background, without volume, and then you just watch. So pretty much, if you are watching, you see the pants right there. You see the dress right there. That is fitted. That, like, some people think it's fitted. It's too tight. If you look at the hall of the wedding, of the event, it's extravagant. It's nice. It's beautiful. It's nice, right? It's very, very nice, but it's extravagant. Now, my question is this. Daddy Gio was waving and happy and everything was going on in that wedding, right? But let's keep watching. So everybody was happy. The wedding was beautiful. Pictures, chandeliers, smoke effects, everything nice. So if, by the way, thank you very much, Zion Streams TV. Thank you very much for this footage. Okay. So now, if you know anything about Chosen Ministries, you will know that Chosen Ministries is very, very strict. Now, so you've seen what the girl was wearing, Jacinta. Yes, you've seen what the boy was wearing. So what are your thoughts?
That wedding gown, for my own take, it's good and it's okay. Even Deeper Life, they could wear something like that. So for him to say it was tight, I want to bring up this because I know that in choosing or Deeper Life or which church again, there's another church that I forgot. Before you come to the church for your wedding, you bring your wedding gown and wear it for them to see before the day of the wedding. That is how strict they are. So is the father now telling us that he didn't see these things before the main day? So even you could see on that day, he was the one dancing more than anybody. So why is he now coming to discipline the guy after then? When they have all seen it? Or is it because it's the Daddy Gio son, they will allow him to go? Because I know if it is another person, he should dare not enter the church with it.
Yeah.
So, like, come on now.
Okay. No start the vex yet. We have so many things to vex about. Okay, let's not start vexing. Let's take some comments. So again, my question to you, everybody watching right now, is: do you think parents have a right to dictate what their children should look like on the day of their children's wedding? Or do you think the children have a right to to choose how they want to look and what they want to wear on their wedding. Let's see your comments on the comment section, okay? So we have a comment from Okemute. Okemute says, good evening, Sir Mex and Jacinta. We also have another comment. Okemute says, from me, sir, Daddy Gio is overdoing it. Okay. Furthermore says, sir, Daddy Gio should know this is 2025, not 1980. All right. All right. So, me, what I think is this, right? In that particular sense, is this. Try no vex with this. I won't talk, everybody. So, this is what I think, right? I think we have a damage control situation here. Because, like Jacinta rightly stated, they must have seen what the boy wanted to wear and what the girl wanted to wear before that wedding. They must have seen it, like they saw it, but nothing was done, right? Chosen is strict with dressing, just like Deeper Life. Just like Deeper Life. I'm going to draw a contrast now. Deeper Life in the past had this thing about televisions. Don't watch television. If you watch television, blah, 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 and lobo, lobo, lo, and all of that. And later, years down the line, television became a norm. They started broadcasting on television. So if watching television will make people go to hellfire, why are you broadcasting on TV? Now, it came out that, oh, I was wrong. Or the rules somehow silently changed and everybody started watching TV again. So that law changed. Now, Chosen is known for his strictness and with the dress codes and everything. So if the son of the Geo is allowed to go scot-free without any punishment, then everybody will begin to emulate the same step, do a flashy wedding, do an extravagant wedding. For me personally, I don't see anything wrong with a flashy wedding. I don't see anything wrong with you dressing yourself up nicely, as long as you're covered. That's all that matters. And as long as, you know, sin is not committed in the wedding, that's all that matters. But if you saw the hall was flashy and everything was looking glamorous and nice.
Please.
Hmm?
Flashy. It's just an average hall. Like
it's average. Then you know no chosen be that too. Trust me, that was flashy.
For them.
For them, exactly. For you, that's an average hall, but for them, it's flashy. Very, very flashy. So, for that kind of a venue, it was flashy, too flashy. You understand? And so many other things must have happened on the sideline that we don't know about for Gio to come and suspend his son. Now, the question is, do you think that's an audio suspension or a re-suspension?
Audio suspension, sir.
Why do you think it's an audio suspension, ma?
Because it has to come that way so that others should not take the same or repeat the same thing. He has a which he wants it to remain. So if the son, which is the daddy Gio son, will break the law, he doesn't want it to others to start following. Because let me tell you something: the moment that the Gio son do that and the father does not react to it, another member will do it more than another sister will even do her own. She ensure it will no longer be a plain material; it will become a lace material. So little by little, they will start introducing a little by little in it. So I think that was an audio suspension. That guy should be having his honeymoon somewhere else with his wife.
I know. So let's take some more comments. Livy's Creations is in the house. Welcome, Livy's Creations. She says, good evening, my people. Happy Sunday. That dress was conservative enough. Yes, I do agree with you. She furthermore says, I don't think parents should decide what their kids wear for their wedding as long as they are dressed appropriately and not half naked. Okay, thank you very much. For all the youths in Chosen watching that are planning on doing wedding, I know some people went into my DM and said things like, "Oh, for me, self, I go marry dress anyhow when I want dress. After my wedding on the wedding night, come and suspend me after I'd already married finish." You understand? That's what some people are saying. But let's talk about something else, and then we'll circle back to this. Okay. Over the weekend, or should I say over the weekend, KWAM, Jessica, just give us a brief highlight on what happened with KWAM.
Sorry, I didn't hear.
Give us a brief highlight on what happened with KWAM.
Okay, KWAM, how it happens, I think it was like we just saw the plane was about to take off, and then KWAM was running under the plane and was dodging even with the security people hovering around, and the pilots could not even, like, should I say, hold brake or wait to see what was happening. So I don't really understand what transpired between KWAM and the pilot, whether he was trying to fly or he came late, that could make him take such steps. God really saved.
We would have had another tragic story from Nigeria last week. Now God save her.
Yes.
Now God save her. So, like Jacinta was explaining to all of you, right, about KWAM. KWAM is a Fuji singer, a legend, a Fuji legend. He's a great guy. We love him, and we love his songs. For those of you who grew up with Yoruba songs, you guys will know who Wasiu Ayinde, Sam Wasiu Ayinde Masha is. You know, he's a great guy. But unfortunately, something happened that that brought out some weaknesses, and that's what we want to talk about today, right? So this guy was boarding the flight, the airplane, and while he was boarding, he went through the first, went through the second gate. He was holding a flask, a gold-colored flask, and the pilot and the people, before he got into the plane, the pilot or people there were suspected alcohol. He said, no, it's not alcohol, it's his medication. They told him, please surrender your flask so you can board the flight. You have to let go of that flight so you can board the flight. KWAM said, Lai, I will not let go of my flask. Do you know who I am? They said, let go of the flask. He said, Lie, I shall not let go of my flask. They said, sir, let go of it. He refused. The content in there, from what they said he splashed it on some people. Now, pilot got angry, entered the plane, locked the door. And pilot decided to move. KWAM, sir, was feeling like a superhero and was trying to block the plane from when we were standing in front of the plane. I don't know what was going on, but that wasn't good. So he ended up, the pilot now, the pilot now started moving with the plane. KWAM almost got decapitated. We would have been hearing a sad story by now about somebody being decapitated. Now, the question now.
Well, I remember yesterday, Rufai, you were advocating for, for video.
Who was right? Who was wrong in this? Do we think the pilot was right in moving no matter who was standing in front of that plane? Or do we think KWAM was right in trying to stop the plane from moving and say, hey, you are not going anywhere. I'm strong enough to stop you. Do we think he was right? by attempting to stop the plane and form a demonstration in front of the plane. Before we jump into that topic, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the one, the only Sam Soft in the building.
How you guys doing? How you guys doing?
Now, wow. Boss, your boss. Brother
Man, I was listening to you guys, and sounds interesting.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you, guys. How are you doing? Happy Sunday.
President of the South Nation.
That's right. That's right. We do it like that.
Yes, he does it like that.
President
So before we jump straight into the KWAM story, before we let's hear your take on the Geo's son. I don't know how familiar you are with that story. The chosen.
The only take I was listening to you guys when you started.
Yes.
About the pastor's son, right? And because of this pant, the shape of his pant on his wedding.
Not just that, there were so many other things.
Was his crotch obvious? Was it like was it visible?
How will I know?
This
is your gaga.
Because if the pant is tight, that should not be enough reason for people to be talking.
Okay.
Because the pants, people wear tight pants for like fashion.
Yeah.
And it is wedding, and he wants to wear what he likes, what he usually wear. But do you know that Nigerians generally, a lot of them wear? If you see them, the pants is so tight. In my mind, I was like, how do they get themselves out of those pants? Sometimes when they wear it, it's so slim fit. So I don't know why they're talking.
Yeah. So pretty much, I believe the reason why they're talking is because it's not a chosen style kind of wedding. Chosen ministry is very reserved. They're not the two show themselves, very reserved. But that wedding, Jacinta said it was an okay wedding. I think it was a little bit based on, if you know chosen, you will not say it's a little bit, on the extravagant side a little bit. But my thing again is this: Jacinta hit the right point when she said, did they not show the people what they were gonna wear? Did they not know about the plan of the wedding? The people that should have been suspended is the planning committee, not the boy himself. Go ahead, Jacinta.
Even the father have seen. Please, this is an audio suspension. So the pastor and the wife, they are the ones that reveal what they will wear. Mind you, I worship in this other one that will say, I don't want to call it Mountain on Fire. You bring them, they are the ones that will review it. It's not even a planning committee because they don't want anybody to be biased or try to favor anyone. So if it is not okay, you are not going to wear it. So it was reviewed by the father, and if the mother is there, both of them. So coming outside now to say it's already damage control because he doesn't want another person to take the same step, because the youth, and this our Gen Z time, whether I be Gen Z, whether I work, I just join because for heart I still be Gen Z. So when you do, I do. That's how it is. They go say after all, suspension. So if you suspension, you suspend me. I don't carry my wife. But if this man wanted to suspend, he would have said separate the wife from the home. Let us know that suspension.
So, Jacinta, you're also right. Some people on social media also raised the point saying if you were angry at the way the wedding was, you will not be at the wedding waving and you're so excited.
Exactly.
So
I don't even know why. I don't even know why they're upset about the dressing. What is their problem with what you wear to your wedding? It's their day. It's their wedding day. So they will choose what they want to wear.
My question for you, Samsoft, would be the question I've been asking. Do you think parents have a right to choose for their children how to look, what to wear on their wedding day?
Yes, parents can suggest. but it's not the parents' wedding day. The parents can make suggestions because they are their parents. They have the right to make the suggestion. But then you should also allow the children to also show them what they like to wear. You know, so
Right.
because it's their day, it's their wedding day, it's the most happiest day of their life. And I don't understand why even this culture of we doing white wedding, the woman have to wear white thing, is a white man's tradition.
Daddy, you
Let's
don't
not
do
go into another topic now. Let's
you
not
don't-
go into another topic now. Okay,
Man,
Jessita,
guess
ask your
what?
question.
I did that because
Sorry, sir. Just ask your question.
she's asking if I did it.
didn't you do white wedding? So why when
Yeah.
you get will not go do
Okay,
white?
let me tell you why. Let me answer your question. Because the person I was married to is an American, and their culture is to be like that. I'm answering your question. See, you don't even listen. When you listen, you will understand. Their culture is to wear gown, and that is how they dress for their wedding. When you do wedding, it's the woman's day most of the time. The woman make all the decision. So you dance to a tune because that's the most important day of the woman. Even though the man is also an important day for the man, but she makes all the plan. So you go with the culture of the woman. My late wife was an American, so I have to celebrate her by doing it the way she wants to be celebrated. But if I was married to a Nigerian woman, I will take her to do a traditional wedding. That's the most important. That white one is just
So brotherly.
exactly. The Nigerian woman, I will do it the Nigerian way, which is take her to no white wedding. I know they do white wedding. But I don't do white wedding. Thank God still not be the one marry. So so when the African woman, now the tradition of as a matter of fact, now the parents idea more important. You go to them, you want to marry their daughter, you do whatever they like, whatever they want, you celebrate her in the presence of the parents and carry your thing and move.
So Samsoft. Hold on, Jessita. Samsoft just contradicted himself here. I was actually waiting for him to land.
Oh, you're telling me how to contradict myself.
Go ahead, Jessita. Go ahead.
Elizabeth, you hear how my daddy say, if you want marry, you go do white wedding. If my daddy do white wedding, you go pay us 10 million.
So Samsoft, are you agreeing on this show as an evidence with everybody watching right now that if you do white wedding, you are going to pay us 10 million?
Yes.
If the woman is American, I have the right to do that.
So if she's Nigerian, Uncle?
If she's Nigerian, we'll do African wedding.
If it's Nigerian, America.
So, Jessita, it's okay. He has already answered.
I don't answer you. If it is Nigerian in Nigeria in America, we'll come to Africa to do the local one.
Okay. Let's take some comments. I don't want to go to where Samsoft contradicted. If I will let me just go there. Samsoft said the wedding day is for the woman, but he's here already calling shots on what the wedding will look like. If she's going to wear wedding gown, white wedding or not white wedding. What if she wants a white wedding?
Okay, fair enough. If she wants a white wedding, I'll give it to her. I'll let her do it.
Okay. Jessita, the way you're looking, I'm suspecting the content of your cup. Everybody can see the content of my cup is white.
5 alive.
Okay. The way you're looking,
you're really alive.
You're hiding red. let's take some.
I think she actually is 5 alive for it because if the sister is doing the different kind of atmosphere, her look is kind of different. Yeah. Her look is always compromised.
Okay. Thank you for that recommendation. Now, Living Creation says my uncle was trying to use his hands to stop the plane. So let's let's take this comment first. We're going rigma rolling too much. Mr. Eugene is in the house. Welcome, sir. He says, watching from Boston, MA. Chosen Geo did the right thing, beginning this sort of suspension with his own son, setting the tone for standard wedding procedures in chosen ministries, whose focus is.
I don't understand. Why would they suspect somebody because he is happy on his wedding day and because of his dressing? That is just error.
That makes
Okay,
sense.
let me say something. I don't want to talk. I say nobody versed with me from the beginning. Now, this is what I want to say, right? This is a case of I will apologize after the fact.
Yeah.
I will do what I want to do and apologize after the fact. What do I mean? Chosen is known for something. Other people have been held to that account. Other people have been held to that doctrine. And now, his own son went against the doctrine by a little bit. If nothing is done, if there is no audio suspension, other people will come and do the same thing. He said,
the son is sending the message.
Thank you. He said at some point, parents, control your children so this kind of thing does not happen to you. So that means you are trying to tell everybody in that church that because I did not control my son, he did what he did. So clearly, are you indirectly saying that you raised your son the wrong way? Is that what you're indirect? Because if you're saying parents control your children so they don't do what just happened, it means you did not control your son well.
The guy was not naked.
No.
That's number one. I didn't see anything wrong with whatever they were wearing. Nothing. Zilch, zero. Right? But for you to say control, I don't believe parents should control their children. You can't control your grown children. You can't. You can't control them. You can only make recommendations, make suggestions. But again, this is where we go again. This is where we talk about doctrines versus fact. If it's what you like, it's you liking it. This is your child's wedding day. Not you don't do your own wedding pass.
Sure.
You got your own wedding. If you wore boxers and short knicker or singlet and short knicker on your wedding, that's your priority. That's what you wanted. If you walk overall like a workman and plier or ranch, that's what you want to wear.
Or enter Okada to come.
Enter Okada with come on the tire of the. That's you. But your child, this is a memory that they will keep for the rest of their life. So do you ruin that for them, or because you want to please you?
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't tell me there is any sin against God in that video.
Nothing like that.
I didn't see anything that is sinful against God in that video.
Nope.
So please, parents watching, like Sam Sok said, you can make suggestions. That's why I like the word he used. You can make suggestions. You can recommend. If the wedding does not go your way, it's okay. It's okay. It did not go your way. So what about other parents that cannot suspend their children from church activity? What would they do?
No parents suspending their children. If their wedding happens to happen in the church and if they follow the same footsteps, that the GO himself will be the one to suspend them, because
that is if they allow the wedding to even happen.
That's the question. That's just it. Because it might not even take place. Because already when those things are being presented, it will be turned off. And then you have then you go back home. and they don't have any choice. So, but because it's Daddy Dio's son, then the wedding has to go ahead, and then it's damage control. That's medicine after death.
Audio suspension. We have Mercy in the house. Mercy is in the house. Mercy Chukwuza says, good evening, everyone. Hi, Mercy. How you doing? So now let's go back to KWAM 1 situation. I'm sure we all know the event that happened with KWAM 1. That's Wasiu Marshall. He, as I said earlier, I'm going to repeat myself again for those of you that are just joining in. He wanted to travel locally. And while he was trying to travel locally, he went through the first check, second check, and about to enter the plane. And the pilot decided to, they decided to tell him, sir, your flask, your metal, your golden color flask can't come into this plane. Number one is big. Number two, the content. He said it is medication that is inside it. They said, no, please surrender your flask. He said he's not going to surrender it. It's his medication. They said, please surrender your flask. He said no. At the end of the day, he got heated. People got into a scuffle, and pilots decided to move to go because time is of the essence. So while they were going, the plane almost jammed him on the head. Now
he get luck.
He get luck now.
Aye, that man get.
Yeah. So now, before we even comment, let's listen to some of the comments from Arise team. This time around, we'll be checking on Rufai Oseni and Dr. Ruben Abati's comment. Let's hear what they have to say real quick before we give our own comment. Okay. Technician, let's go.
Yes, for whatever people, bystanders could have, recorded with their phones. So videos came out.
And it showed that obviously lots of people listen and watch Arise News. And videos came out, and I was shell-shocked at what I saw. So, like yesterday, I was positive what Dr. Rumfeld said, from known to unknown. So what do I know today? Now I know that there was a flask, because I saw it in the video. In fact, it was a gold-colored flask. I know there was a flask. The content in the flask, I don't know. Secondly, I know that K1 had an altercation with people around the plane. And while the pilot was trying to taxi the plane, K1 kept on moving in front of the plane. That's wrong. Wrong. Who do you think you are, mister? Who do you think you are? To stay in front of a plane. You were provoking the pilot deliberately. It's wrong because it didn't go your way. You didn't get on board the plane. You didn't listen to your rules and regulation. You were deplaned. Then you stood in front of the plane will not go. Is this motion bus stop? No, it's a tarmac. Totally wrong. The pilot too was also wrong. Whatever the case might be, out of provocation, you hold people's lives in your hands. Despite the fact that you people were there, you attempted to move that they had to dock under the plane. That was equally wrong. But for what I saw yesterday, it doesn't put K1 in any glory. And please, the assertion is spokesperson is trying to push that because the owner of the jets, the airline called him and everything. No. The owner of the jet will normally try to placate things. Does not mean that you are totally right because the owner of the jet was not there. I'm sure if he saw this video, he will not be happy with K1. So it is totally wrong. So all the aspersions they cast in K1 yesterday, I totally support it. What he did was totally wrong, and I'm happy Festus Keyamo have put his big stick on the ground. They're going to investigate. In fact, NCA said they've petitioned the Attorney General of the Federation. They've petitioned all those necessary. They've put him on a no-fly list for 6 months. Nobody should pick him up. I don't know if that applies to private jets, but even private jet operators too should watch it. We must not condone such a thing in the country.
The most basic thing in aviation is security, is safety. I think it was shocking yesterday that we had the news that King Wasiu Ayinde Marshal Anifuoshe, popularly known as KWAM 1, found himself in a situation whereby he had to be engaging the flight authorities with regard to the fact that he was carrying a plastic container, which they said was containing liquid above the limit. The nature of that liquid, even Keyamo, the Minister of Aviation himself, says it doesn't matter. But rules are rules. Now, he refused to drop that flask. He insisted on carrying it onto the flight. That led into an altercation with the pilot, the captain of the flight, who said that flask must be dropped. He refused. The pilot insisted on his being ejected from the flight, upon which he decided to go and stand in front of the aircraft to see that the aircraft would not move. And the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development has provided video evidence to that effect, that he was trying to obstruct the flight. What Festus Keyamo, the minister, described as a hostage situation. So one, according to aviation rules, safety is important. No person who is flying has a right to jeopardize the interest, the safety, the security of the aircraft itself, and also of all passengers and crew members on board. Two, The minister went a step further to say, however, if the passenger misbehaves in this manner, the pilot also should not have said, oh, I will run the flight, and then you have a passenger running and blocking up and down. And that in itself is something that is totally unacceptable, as Festus Keyamo put it. So this is the background. Now, how was the matter treated? The pilot was now placed on suspension. Our license was suspended. And then Keyamo came in after reviewing the evidence provided by the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority and said, no, both parties are wrong. Captain Oluranti Ogoyi has no right to say she will fly while there was a passenger standing in front trying to hold the flight to stay, and in fact, by extension, trying to commit suicide. And that the other party should also be punished. And it is on the basis of that the minister directed that KWAM 1 should be placed on a no-flight suspension for 6 months. So, having established the background and the facts of the case, my opinion is that the minister acted well by preventing a situation whereby the big man syndrome prevailed, because it was the pilot that was first sanctioned, saying we are suspending your license. The minister now said, no, the passenger also behaved very badly. You know, in this country, we have what is called the big man syndrome. If you're a big man, you can get away with anything. The same KWAM 1 who was fighting at the airport would not have done that in the US. He would not have done it in the UK. In fact, he would have been arrested on the spot and thrown into detention for sabotaging and posing a threat to the lives of other passengers and for blocking aviation operations. So Nigerians first have to learn the lesson about big manism. ValueJet is owned by an Ijebu man. Now, KWAM 1 is the Olori Omoba Akile Ijebu, you know, a very prominent Ijebu chieftain. You should realize that the Ijebu kingdom does not exist, does not extend to the Murtala Mohammed Airport.
All right. Whew. Welcome, Mr. Stanley. Okay, so you people have heard what happened with KWAM 1. And now, okay, so now, Jacinta, what are your thoughts about this whole KWAM 1 issue? Do you now? These are my questions, right? Was the man offended and was right to defend himself by letting was he right to say, you know what, this plane is not going to leave without me, I must to enter this plane and go with the plane and stop the plane? Do you think it was okay, he felt offended, that's why he had to stop the plane or attempt to stop the plane from moving? He said, you plane, you go nowhere, we're by here today. Do you think the pilot was also right in just saying, you know what, nobody's going to waste my time here today, I have other passenger to pick in another state, I will just fly and go. If you want to hold the plane, let him hold the plane. What are your comments to that effect?
Okay, Minister Mex, to what I think, I would say, number one, the pilot did not do well. She was not acting as a professional. Now, number two, although she might be professional, but the way she reacts to the situation was not the best way to handle the situation. And then for KWAM 1, you know, do well at all, because his life was at stake here. So offended, but there is a way he would have handled it. If he will just be gentle and drop this, do you know who I am, and say things in the right way, he would have still flew with his flags and whatever substance that was in his bottle with him. But this issue of always, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? Is what has kept most people in Nigeria where they are, because they are not moving from where do you know who I am. That was what and how it kept him where he was. But for the pilot, she didn't do well. She did not do well. I think attending to that situation or allowing the people underground to fix it would have been better off than taking a move why another life would have gone in the midst while he was trying to prove a point, because two people can't get it right.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let's take some comments real quick, and then we'll come to Mr. Stanley, and then we'll come to Samsoft. Tosan is in the house. She says, "Hi everyone. Hi Tosan. How you doing?" We have Livis Creation says, "Myself and the rest of Ijebu people, we apologize on behalf of our silly brother who tried to hijack a plane right on the tarmac." Okay. Let him come for you first. You will know how to apologize. Mr. Eugene says he was not suspended. He was not suspended because of the ladies. Oh, we're going back to chosen. We'll come back to chosen later. So now, with regards to KWAM1's issue, Mr. Stanley, I believe you're very familiar with this story, as you are our main Nigerian person who watch Nigerian news past all of us. What are your thoughts about this particular situation with KWAM1? Do you think that he felt his rights were being stifled upon, and he had to fight back? He had to show who he is. And do you think that the suspension of the pilot was the right thing to do? Because first thing they did was suspend her license first, before even tackling the matter. Do you think this was conducted fairly, or we're having another case of big manism and masculinity?
Minister Mex, that was a fairly conducted, because it
Who am I asking you? Now, yeah, they ask.
can happen to anybody.
I'm
Sorry.
asking Mr. Stanley.
Okay, sir. Apologies.
No worries. Good afternoon, Max, Rev, and Jacinta, and everybody watching. In the first place, this shows a totally failed system in Nigeria, where we don't have systems that work, or maybe not properly implemented. The whole situation shows a total and complete breakdown of the entire system or process that they have in place there within the aviation industry, from the inside of the terminal to the plane. Everything was done the opposite way and wrongly. Now, for starters, if KWAM1 or King Wasiu Ayinde Marshal was right, he does not have any right as far as that place is concerned. No passenger has, well, I'll take that back. He does not have the right to try to obstruct the flow of what was going on there as far as that flight is concerned, number one. Whatever it was that he was being told, he should have totally and completely complied with it. I will come back to that part in detail. Now, let me speak on the part of the pilots. I think this whole action that was taken by the aviation minister, though, was good. He jumped in, he said something, but he was too fast in his decisions. Suspending the pilots was not the right way to go. The situation had not been investigated. They don't know what happened. So just taking the gun and shooting down the pilots is too quick, in my opinion, a decision for him to make. Now, let me speak for the pilots, and I'll play devil's advocate for them. If you've had a chance to sit on the cockpit, you will notice that the plane, of course, you know, planes don't have side mirrors where you see what's going on the left and the right. The pilots were in the cockpit already. They have been cleared to taxi to the runway to take off. They assume that whatever it was that was going on out there may have been taken care of by the ground crew. You cannot see what's behind by the engine from the pilot's point of view on your left or to your right. So it may be an assumption that, okay, that issue must have been taken off. KWAM1 must have been removed. So it's time to get out. And at that point, the pilot is communicating with the control towers. Every instruction that she's getting is coming from the control towers. Ground control may have cleared her to move. The door of the plane was shut, and they may have given her the go to leave that spot. Now, when KWAM 1 went to the front of the plane to stand, she may not have seen it. She revved the plane quite well to begin to move out of where it was parked, and may have just been radioed by the control tower or ground crew to say, hey, there's somebody in front of the plane. Stop it at that point. That's what I think may have happened there. Now, why KWAM 1, how he got to that point is the biggest question that has not been answered yet. He's not supposed to be there. He's not supposed to be in front of the plane. He's supposed to be far away from the plane, because at that point, the engine of that plane could have sucked him in and grind him into minced meat. So I think he should be very thankful that the plane didn't get too close, or he was not at the angle where the engine of the plane that is pulling air into it did not pull him in into that engine. So that's something he should be very thankful for.
Thank
With
you.
reference to his cop and all of that, you see, the flight, and this is from the point of education to people. When you're taking a plane, the pilot, the captain, the flight crew, they have total authority to call any shots as far as that flight is concerned. So if they tell you your tiny little bottle of water cannot get on this plane, throw it away, you must comply. If they tell sit on this seat and not on the one you were assigned to, you must, whatever instruction is given to you, you must comply. The reason being that the government, based on CIAO rules and FAA, has given them authority to kick you off that plane or maybe blacklist you. Yes, they can blacklist you and you may never fly on a commercial airline again. So whenever flight crew or flight attendants give you an instruction on the plane, it is important to comply with it. Lastly, in my little aviation experience, I have seen many of these kind of nuances that happen at the airport and in the plane and the consequences that follow. So it's important to really listen and obey whatever instructions that the pilot or the flight crew is giving to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stanley. I would I would want to stir the pot a little bit because I know I can. Thank you very much for that example you gave and for what you said. I know that this is a clear case of one thing happening and a result, an effect of that thing spirals down. And now my question to Samsoft is this. Do you think that some of these airline people can abuse that right Stanley just described? Do you think that sometimes they can that right could be abused and they could actually abuse the passengers that they have on their flight based on personal experience? Because I know there are some personal experiences that must have happened. By Samsoft. Samsoft, can you hear us?
I could hear you. It's a moment of silence for the society. I just had a moment of silence for that society. That place, that nation, it has a lot of amendments because the video, that whole thing we just watched, display the character and the system. Display the system. Yes, somebody said, "Do you know who I am?" And then somebody not worried about the safety of people and just taking off. That is just telling you that is the society right there. It's displayed in front of us. Some people that can break the law and they know. That's why you use the word, "Do you know who I am?" You are just an opportune dust. Everyone. So, and then the other one that does not care for human life, just take off because he gave the clearance. In the first place, when the door is closed, that means you had the clearance to go. But then, I'm sure you as the pilot, you should also think about the safety of your co-workers, because I saw he was not the only one that dodged the plane. The other people had to dodge it, because so you don't even care about all the people that work for you because of one person's what do you call it, misbehavior. The pilot, the what do you call it, the musician, is he a musician or what?
He's a musician, yeah.
The celebrity, the both of them are completely wrong, but it displays the society to us.
Typical Nigeria.
One person saying, do you know who I am? So I can do whatever I like. That's what that means. And then the other person says, oh, if you can do whatever you like, I don't care about your safety. I can run you over.
I will show you who I am.
I can show you. So that displays the society. Nobody is afraid of the law. That means you for instance, like what happened with the pilot, she will lose her license in America. She will not get it again.
No, she can argue that case, Sam.
She will lose it.
She can argue. She will lose it.
But then the man,
when I'm so finished, I will tell you why. I will respond to you.
Yeah, because she will not be able to get her license, because that is like the man can even sue her for trying to kill him.
No.
Because he is on the way
with a deadly weapon.
Exactly.
The man already is trying to commit suicide himself, so nobody was.
But the man can say he was getting out of the way and she came after him. That's the United States. And the video showed that he was dodging. The video showed he was dodging
because he saw the plane moving.
Okay. Anyways,
so let
me. That's
yeah.
my take on that.
Did you hear the voice of whoever was recording that video when he said,
"You must stand now. You must stand now.
If you say he's strong, well.
If you say he's strong, you must stand now." Okay, so
exactly.
let me take this comment real quick. Mr. J says, question: can a pilot fly the plane without clearance from the control tower? No. You cannot fly the plane without clearance from the control tower.
So that means it was clear. He was clear. That's what you're.
That's why I said. That's why I said the pilot can argue this. Control tower said you're good to go, and she's going.
It's question time. God's favorite is in the house. She says, pilot didn't try at all. Being a pilot is like being a doctor. One crazy client can't make you put everyone's life at risk. I agree.
I agree.
Yes. How was she putting everybody's life at risk?
I will tell you how.
Everybody has been saying that. I want to know how.
Let me wear my regalia of Basbos now. So, to Mr. Stanley's analogy or narrative, the part you brought out for a wonderful pilot, right? The only way she can argue this or get out of this is if the blame is put on someone else, which is the control tower. That's the only way. Control tower will have evidence that we said, don't fly, mayday, don't fly, people are in front of you. Yes, she doesn't have a bird's eye view of all the angles around her, but that's why you have the control tower on top that sees everything and every angle. There was not just KWAM 1 on that tarmac. It wasn't just KWAM 1. It was KWAM 1 and almost 7 or 8 people on that tarmac.
Other stuff. Yeah.
Other stuff. Now, before a plane flies, there are people that directs the plane on how to go, Abi.
Yeah, thank you.
Those people also have to be suspended. KWAM 1 himself. KWAM 1, sorry, I have to mute someone. Sorry, Stanley, I have to mute you. When you want to talk, just signal me, I will mute you. The sound is kind of coming in. Now, KWAM 1 himself also had his own which I blame because he also put the lives of everybody in danger. Everybody. People are asking what was Kwam doing on that tarmac? What was he doing on the tarmac? What is he not doing on the tarmac? And I don't forget how Nigerian tarmac and some other tarmacs are where you have to walk on the tarmac
No,
to the plane.
they will take a bus to take you there.
Yeah, and then you walk and enter the plane.
Yeah.
So that's what he was doing on the tarmac. He was there initially wanting to enter the plane at first. And
what was he doing in front of the plane is the question. We know
there
they
you
took
go.
a bus to
What
go,
was he
go
doing
there.
in front of the plane? He was trying to stop the plane.
How did he get there? No passenger should be in the front.
Do you know that
I agree with you,
Minister Max?
Yes,
the
sir.
suspension should not end there, including this security people. They should have called security on him to take him away.
All those people that were there on that tarmac begging him, they should suspend them. The people whose job it was to be directing, they should suspend them. The people in that tower, they should suspend them. The security men, they should suspend them. If I even the aeroplane, they should suspend the aeroplane.
Well, you see why my argument stands that the pilot cannot be blamed.
Sorry, Jacinta, we'll get to you.
The pilot cannot be blamed in this circumstance because number one, control tower. Number two, the ground crew that gives her direction to either go or left or right or stay, right?
Yeah.
But that guy is out of the way. The plane is cleared, both by the control tower and
the guy was
the ground
never
crew.
out of the way. He was never out of the way.
But even if the plane was clear, do you know that person has to be there to tell him to move?
If the person is not there, it means she's got to go.
Did you even hear how she even?
No,
did you hear how she left her engine? That plane.
She cannot go.
No, that was not how she revved it, Max.
She's not supposed to go like that without direction.
Max, Sam.
Sally.
When the guy is off.
Sorry, hold on, sir. Sam Stock said something that I agree with. That whole situation explained Nigeria.
Period.
Explained Nigeria and road rage. So now we have road rage, we have aeroplane rage, airplane rage, we have airline rage, we have the space rage. Why?
On the runway. That's the word. Road rage on the runway.
Do you know who I am? I will show you who I am. So Kwam said, do you know who I am? He tried to use his thing, and she also used her thing as a pilot. Now, in the first place, Mr. Stanley, the pilot shouldn't have even moved that plane without someone not leaving that tarmac. Now, you asked a good question that I like. How did she endanger the life of the people? I will tell you how. She started that plane. Kwam was right there. Kwam would have been decapitated. That's number one. Number two, what if she was trying to dodge Kwam and then she now dodged and enter another plane? And then poof, fire.
True.
What would have happened? Or she was trying to dodge Kwam and then she now dodged and the plane now somersault.
No, she wasn't trying to dodge now, man.
No, Kwam and the other staff dodge. He dodged the plane. Have you seen anybody in this life?
The point again, I still stand and argue.
No, stop. You don't ever see anybody they dodge plane.
No.
As
a matter of fact, they are not supposed to be in that place before the plane takes off. So that's why. Okay. Can I ask Stanley?
Yeah.
So that means, why would she be ordered to move when there are still people around the plane? That's dangerous.
All right, so let me answer you. She cannot move unless she's told to go.
But she moved.
We've not heard the investigation, the complete investigation. I want to know.
Always tell you to take some sides sometimes. Say, I like it.
Listen, the reason I can speak boldly about this is I use this thing almost every day of the week.
Yeah.
Right? And I have observed it totally and completely. I have seen it, how it works from the passenger point of view, right? And the few conversations I've had with pilots at the airport. She cannot get out of that place until she speaks with the control tower, and the control tower speaks back and say, you are good to taxi off to the runway.
Okay, I have a question for you for that.
Good.
What if they give you a clearance and there's somebody on the plane that start to act up? Don't you have the discretion to say,
Thank you.
to cancel?
If you see the person, yes, you do. But if you don't, she
The
can't
person
see
already
them.
started trouble.
No,
So
she
She
cannot
called for
see them.
security.
So Stanley,
Okay, here's my pushback to you, Sam. What if at that point she had radioed the control tower and said, "Am I good to go to the runway?" And the control tower says, "Yes, proceed to the runway." But those people are still there. Perhaps the guy at the control tower did not look properly to say the distance between those guys and the plane, it's not good for the plane to move. So let me not give her the clearance to continue taxiing to the runway. What if that was the case? The pilot cannot make that decision.
She did not convey the message and the trouble she was having to the tower that we have an emergency.
Everybody knew what was going on that tarmac.
Sam, that's the reason why we have control towers.
Hold on, let me
we have control towers.
Can I? Okay, you know what? Let me take some comments and then I'll rebuttal on that. First of all, if you're watching this right now, please don't forget to like where you're watching this from. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Do not forget to hit the notification tab so you know whenever we're on. And lastly, don't forget to share. Okay?
Share. Just love and sharing. When you share, don't stand in front of the plane.
Thank you. Don't try to be a superhero.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what am I trying to say here? What I'm trying to say here is this. Stanley is bringing up. Sorry, Jessica. In fact, go ahead, Jessica. I've been. Go ahead.
This man, from the entrance, from the checking in, I believe that was where the whole thing started with the issue of the flags. And I know that in the Nigerian local airport, when you get to the airport and you have your shoe, even though if it is your perfume, it's been taken away from you if you didn't as part of your luggage. And you are
Stanley, I'm muting you intentionally because there's a lot of noise from
Yeah, I know. I want to mute myself, please.
Don't worry, I'll do that.
So there are a lot of what's now they talk again?
You're talking about Shaw and all those things going into the airport.
They take it away from you if you didn't put it as part of your luggage, and then you carry it as your hand luggage. It's been taken away from you. But because this man knew who he was, like they keep saying, "Do you know who I am?" And how come did they allow him to run with the same flags that he has been making trouble with till to that point of where the pilot, he and the pilot will be dragging no enter and no one pick you, listening to them. Because the truth of the matter is that if the security in Nigeria is good and it's tight, they should have been able to tackle that without bringing him to where the plane was. So how did he manage to find himself there, still with the flags?
So Jacinta is asking the right questions. And when I say she's asking the right question, is this: a lot of people need to be fired and suspended, right? The people at the security, the first checkpoint, needs to be fired or suspended that allowed him walk past that first check. Then the other person in the second check that allowed him pass also need to be suspended or fired. At the end of the day, he said it in his apology. We'll show his apology later, where he said he passed through 2 checkpoints and they allowed him pass with his thing, only for him to get to the entry point and they're telling him no. I will tell you this: in the United States here, when you're going through TSA, the moment you go through TSA, anything where you hold, you will carry an enter plane, except when you get to that luggage place and they weigh your bag. When they weigh your bag is too big or something, then they can now walk with you on your bag. But fluid, all those things, all those checks are done by the TSA. I don't know, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I know. And I've had a situation where I was about to board the plane. towards the entrance of the gate. They said, "Oh, sir, your bag is it's a little bit too big for carry on, so we'll have to check it in." I won't argue because I don't use this bag as carry on all the time, and still then I no get issue with them. Now when I get issue, I say fine, put it. So sometimes you have to, like Stanley said, you have to understand and try to be reasonable, right? But my thing is this: why did it have to escalate up to that point? Why did they have to let it go up to that point that it now started looking as if they were in mushy bus stop, struggling with bus, and one is raving the bus, whoa, 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 you cannot enter my bus. Oh no, I will enter the bus, I will show you who I am. No, come on, we should handle ourselves with some decorum. Go ahead, Stanley.
But yeah, so here's one other part that we are waiting for. We don't know yet. We'll still wait for the investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the size of his flask is not the problem.
Yeah.
It's the content in the flask. I believe that's what the flight crew or whoever was trying to stop him.
But the Minister of Aviation said the content of his flask is not even the problem.
No, that should be the problem, not the size.
It's
so
not the
he too, yes, he too, the Minister of Aviation is wrong. I have had to carry, yes. The reason I say that is this: many times I've had to carry pizza. There's this pizza joint in Chicago that has one of the best pizza I've ever had, and my wife likes it. So whenever I go to Chicago for work and I'm coming back, I would buy about 3 boxes of it, right? Of the pizza that is pre-made and frozen. I go through TSA with it. I get on the plane with it. I'm talking a big 3 boxes, this deep dish pizzas. So it's not the size of the jar or the what do you call it? The cup, whatever that thing is. Yes, but the content. That's where the argument
is. You're talking of TSA. Are you talking of TSA or you're talking of what is Nigeria one? What do you call the Nigeria one?
Checkpoint.
It's supposed to be called TSA now.
Why would you compare TSA with the Nigeria one? Are you okay? Are you serious?
Well, no, I'm telling you the conventional standard, right? So I don't think
conventional standard for where? For which country?
This is what it entails that I know of. Okay, the size really should not be the problem. What should be the problem?
In Nigeria, you cannot take this. You cannot take this. Even when you pass the checkpoint, I go to Nigeria all the time. Pass the checkpoint, you buy water inside on the plane. I mean, on the airport. On the airport. By the time you want to get on the plane, when you walk to the plane, you hold the bottle. You say, "Sir, drink and finish or throw away."
Yeah,
it happened to me all the time. In Nigeria,
they may have their reasons. They may have their
drink and finish before. That's the rule.
Wait, before you get on the plane.
Before you board the plane.
Well, even in America, they don't stop me with my with my water. You have to go in. You have to, after the TSA part, anything when I'm bringing in liquids, that TSA this thing, they will stop you with your water there.
Yeah. They will take it from you in the US.
Let me know. Confess. Let's hear what Daddy Freeze has to say about this. According to the way that Jacinta will call him, Daddy Freezer. Let's hear what he has to say about this.
So I got quite a lot of backlash over the ValueJet KWAM 1 incident because I blamed the pilot, and people believe that I should have blamed KWAM 1. Now, get this straight. KWAM 1 was 100% at fault and should have been escorted off the ramp in handcuffs. He was 100% at fault until the pilot proceeded with the taxiing. At that instance, all the fault, in my humble opinion, was transferred to the pilot. You are not driving alone. Somebody standing in front of you won't use plane German because he no grigu. What happened to calling the police and waiting to make sure that they take him away and clear the ramp and then you proceed with your taxi?
That's not the job of the pilot.
Why would you endanger the lives of the people on board and the people on the tarmac? because one person was being unruly. To me, watching at home, I began to question the integrity of the status of the mental health of the pilot. So
I
person say runway,
disagree.
you don't vex now. No,
And
be
I
your guy, they should do
disagree.
that.
yes,
You should
I
have been
disagree with
arrested
you.
and escorted
wait
off the
now,
route.
wait now.
But the one say one use plane jam am.
What the
I
jamming?
ask the question again. Una know they do mental health evaluation for people when they fly aeroplane.
Mm.
This is a disaster looming. No. Now my opinion, I don't talk my own.
Well, I'm glad he said that's his opinion,
Woo!
right?
I love that. I love that.
Yeah, I'm glad he said that's his opinion. But here's what the deal is: there are many incidents of pilots and planes where two planes can clip each other on the wings, or a plane can clip another plane on the tail, so on and so forth, because they don't have a bird's eye view of what's around them. The big part of the puzzle here is the control tower, in my opinion, the control tower and the ground crew, because the pilot cannot move that plane unless he or she has been told you are cleared to go. I will not blame him.
Even
When
if
it's
she
clear
was
to go. What
cleared,
about that person that says come this way? He's the
thank
one
you.
that will deprive them from him hitting another plane.
But that
guy that
person
does
is
this.
smart. That person is smart enough to know that standing in front of the plane at that time, when the plane has been cleared and the engine is coming on alive, it's not a wise thing to do. We don't know
I don't
where he
even know
was standing.
why he was standing in front of the plane.
So let
Is
me
it
tell you
Superman?
why I agree with Daddy Freeze. As Jacinta will call him Daddy Freezer. Let me tell you why I agree with Daddy Freeze. The reason why I agree with Daddy Freeze is this, right? The safety of your passengers is your number one priority. You are the
Yeah.
captain for a reason. You are the captain for a reason. Whatever excuse you want to give, whatever excuse you want to say, it doesn't hold water. And I'll tell you why it doesn't hold water. It doesn't hold water because you knew that there was a quagmire, there was a commotion, there was a in front of your plane before you closed that door and decided to taxi. You knew that there was a situation outside, but yet you decided to still go full on to taxi and fly.
Again, Max,
Excuse me.
these are assumptions. These are all assumptions.
Please, hold on. Don't make me lose the train of thought that I have. Stanley is raising a very, very important point that I like. And the point that I like that Stanley is raising is, please, NCCA or whatever the airline people are, NCAA, please release the audio of your tower giving the pilot permission to taxi or not to taxi. We need that audio so we the online family can make our informed decision and know who is at fault here. Because Stanley raised a point that if she was given the access to taxi, then she was right because she went by what they said. And if they did that, then they should be suspended. Her license should be unsuspended, and she should be rendered a sincere apology by the airline staff because this is not good. But if they said, please, we have things going on, can you wait? And she decided to taxi, then they're right.
That's very dangerous.
Yeah, yes. Then she's wrong.
And if that happened, that she decided to taxi after they said, please, we are not advising you to take off, and she decided to take off, then that means tomorrow now, one pilot will be in front, she will be at the side, and they will say, plane one, which is the one she's in. Plane one, please hold on, let plane two take off. No, I will show you who I am. Boom, and they will hit themselves.
I don't think she'll make that stupid mistake. I don't think she will make that kind of mistake. So I do not think so.
Let's get the audio out. We need that audio, please. NCAA.
Like Daddy said, we need to be evaluating these people mentally.
Yeah.
Well, they do that. Nobody will give a $30-40 million jet to a pilot that is not sane mentally, right? Not to say that they don't have situations here and there where they can miss it. But here's where I start from, right? I like to walk up from when the last passenger got on the plane. Next, you're right that the pilot is the captain of the plane, not the captain of what's going on outside. The safety of everybody inside the plane is the responsibility of the pilot. That's correct. But not those outside, although by proxy, making sure that whatever is around her is clear of the pathway of the plane. She's not responsible. The pilot, she's not responsible for the ground crew action. Number two, the pilot did not close the door. There is a flight crew on the plane that closed that door after the last passenger walked in, jammed it, and told the pilot, we are good to go. The doors have been closed. The plane is about to taxi off. I'm sure that would have been communicated to the passengers. The pilot at that point would have spoken with the control tower to say, the plane is ready to go. Are we good to taxi? And the control tower will speak back to them, whatever instruction they gave. So that audio recording between when this incident started up until when the pilot revved the plane will solve every argument that we're having right now. That's the bottom line of where we need to go to. But until we get that investigation complete, I still think that the action taken against the pilot is not right. It's unjust.
All right. Thank you. Let's take some comments real quick. Because, okay, so we have a comment from Pastor Irene. Welcome, man. She says, I don't agree. The pilot does not care about human lives. She must have had instructions from the control tower to move.
Exactly.
Again, all these are presumptions. We're just assuming that she did. What if they told her not to? So that's why we need that audio to come out. You know, I agree with your point. If they told her to move, then please apologize to her with flowers, chocolates, and everything.
And erase.
And erase, thank you. If I buy her a private jet, she needs to start doing private jets.
Yeah, right.
Maybe that's the video she will clash with now.
But here's one thing I found out.
Sorry. I'm trying to read all the comments. Please hold on. Let me just take all the comments real quick, so we're not missing any. Okay. Mr. Eugene says, if the answer is no, the pilot was cleared. If the answer is no, the pilot was cleared to take off. Please note, plane is not like a car where you can clearly see the front and the side views.
Exactly.
People shouldn't stand around a boarded plane ready to fly. I agree. Mr. Jim furthermore says, the pilot would have been sacked outrightly. She manifested higher anger. That is rage. Very dangerous. The man had no business standing in front of the plane. He ought to have been arrested / handcuffed.
Yes, sir.
God's favorite says, this do you know who I am stuff needs to end. Who you are matters to you. Matters to who you are feeling. LOL. Okay. This God's favorite in your mouth. Okay.
That's, you know I am syndrome in that.
Do you know who I am?
You are Minister Max.
I'm nothing but a pencil in the hand of the creator. but now that we've asked for the audio to come out, please and please, we need that audio out so that we can make, we can see the whole thing fully, because now we're making the pilot look as if she has anger issues.
Exactly.
So once we have the audio out, then we will be able to, know that, okay, this is where the fault is from. Let the right people be suspended. Because if it's not, then they're wrong to have suspended her. So now I want us to hear from the legal standpoint. What does the law say about this kind of situation? Let's go, technician.
For aeroplane stopper the first versus pilot Koberigbe. And if proceeded to board an aircraft with a flask containing a controversial liquid, water to him, alcohol to the cabin crew. Cabin crew refused Anifowoshe from boarding. Anifowoshe will not take it. He attempted to stop a whole aeroplane. Pilot was like, what do you mean? Attempted to take off. Street credibility saves Anifowoshe's life. What does the law say? On carriage of liquids, aerosols, and gels on an aircraft, it must be contained in a container not bigger than 100 ml, which must then be put in a transparent plastic bag that must be submitted for screening and approval of cabin crew. Section 45(1) Civil Aviation Act of 2022. Every person attempting to board an aircraft or in an aerodrome must submit himself and his baggage to the cabin crew for screening and approval. Failure, a fine of at least 500k. Section 75 of the Civil Aviation Act 2022, same act, trespass on aerodrome. Anybody while boarding an aircraft or in an aerodrome is anywhere designed for the takeoff, departure, movement of an aircraft. Anybody that trespasses in that area is a fine of at least 500k or at least 6 months imprisonment or both. Now, anybody that attempts or seizes or exercise control of an aircraft using intimidation or threat, or the threat is even believable, you just threaten to do it and it sounds believable, you commit an offense called hijacking under section 83 of the Civil Aviation Act 2022. And the punishment is very simple. If guilty, liable to at least 25 million naira fine and life imprisonment. If you don't believe me, go and watch Hijack 93 on Netflix and come back. This also includes accomplices, that is to say, people that were there, that were meant to do their job and they neglected to do so. 2 portions of rice, you know where. Now to pilot Koberebe. Pilots are superheroes. You are not allowed to doze off, sleep, even suffer heartbreak. Why will you not allow them to break your spirit? Section 81, Civil Aviation Act 2022. Where an aircraft is operated in such a way that can cause danger to any person, even in this instance, Anifowoshe, because he has the right to life, or property, whoever is the pilot of that aircraft and anybody responsible for safety of that aircraft commits an offense and is liable to a fine of at least 2 million naira or 2 years imprisonment or both. Fly away Peter, fly away Paul. Section 85, assault, intimidation or interference with any crew member while they are doing their duty. This includes those of you that will be on flights. They will say put your phone off or put it on airplane mode. You will refuse. You'll be watching video online. I hope you know it's minimum of 200k fine or 2 months imprisonment. See, prison is very turbulent. You will feel it.
Thank you very much, Timmy, for this. That's Timmy Agbaje. Thank you for that video. So, Stanley, what do you have to say now that you know the Nigerian law when it comes to aviation?
Well, again, I still stand for the pilots, right? And I still think that they cannot be or should not be held liable at this point until a proper and thorough investigation is completed.
Yes.
Number two, yes, they are responsible for operating the aircraft and must be done in such a way that will not endanger the lives of the passengers. That's true. But in this circumstance, the safety of the passenger was the priority of the pilot, right? And number three, she didn't have a view of what was around her. She may have gotten clearance.
Why did you roll your eye?
Until
no, yeah, he's there. She didn't have. You never can tell.
Well, here's my last statement. Until we get that audio, I want the audio. I don't even want a written report.
I want the audio too.
I want to hear that audio communication between the pilot and the control tower. That will settle it for me. So until I get that, I think that they were too fast in suspending the pilots. I should not blame them.
I agree with you that I feel they were too fast in suspending the pilot, but kudos to the Minister of Aviation.
No, I don't think they were too fast too.
Oh, they were very, very fast, sir. And I'll tell you why I think they were too fast. You didn't look into it. You did not investigate. Nothing. Immediately it happened. You are suspending her license.
But let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
When there's a situation like between the police and the citizens, and you see that the police do something, maybe the police accidentally shot a citizen. Before they start do investigation, what do they usually do to the police?
They will suspend.
Well, not outrightly. Not outrightly. It depends. Again, it depends on the grievance.
It's outrightly,
No, no. They put them on desk job until completed.
Yes.
Until an investigation is completed.
No.
Instead of suspending the license of the pilot, they could have, at least done something else. Something else like what? Something else like stopping her from flying for at least the period of time.
Yeah, like suspension to with pay. Suspension with pay.
Right.
But and they should have looked into both situations, because clearly all this looked like was, okay, this happened, and yes, this woman that went and wanted to jam this man, we're suspending you because you're at fault. That alone showed that it was one-sided at the beginning.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Because
they would have started with the passenger first.
Yes.
And remember, it was not until after the aviation minister went to look at the video that he said, "Oh no."
Exactly.
No, so
because do you know who I am syndrome was trying to take over?
Yeah, a whole celebrity. You try to jam a whole celebrity, and this lady is also she's also a huge she's a huge personality too. I think her dad is very
former senator.
It's a former senator, and she's also very smart.
So I don't think she will make that kind of mistake.
Do you see what I said in the beginning?
Nigerian syndrome. Now, do you know who I am?
That is it. This one said, "Who do you think I am?" The other one said, "Do you know who I am?"
Jam you small.
I don't think.
When I jam you, you know who I am.
I don't think.
Close the door. Close the door. Let's go. What will break your head?
Do you know I am syndrome in that country?
I know.
Do you know if the pilot also was trying to safeguard the passengers on the plane? If she
Hold on.
Hold on. Yes, where I'm going with this.
With another one, though, Stanley.
Yeah, listen, these are possibilities. Maybe she was thinking there is a possible hijack situation that was going to take place. And she said, close the door of the plane.
007. Close the door. Let's go.
She's trying to prevent that from happening.
This man is trying
because his flash. According to what Timmy said, this could be classed as a possible hijack. And it's in the law.
God's favorite says, pilots hold the highest license and the highest responsibility. Yes, I don't know about highest, but they hold a good license and a good responsibility. A lot of people.
But do you know that what Stanley said just as actually make a lot of point, because the guy could have, if they've not stopped him, he could just get in and
begin
kidnap everybody and say nobody's going anywhere. That's
exactly.
You're right, Sam Soft. I agree with you. The guy, KWAM, that everybody knows, for popular Fuji musician, would have gotten into the plane, as Stanley said, and Sam Soft seconded to Stanley, and he would have used his flask that he had water or alcohol, whatever it was, and kidnap the people. I tell you, hey, everybody go move.
And do you know why I say so? If he was able to, let me not use that word. If he was able to subdue their TSA and get past them with that thing, what makes you think he won't do that to the flight crew?
True. That would have been a lot more delay if he was able to. If he had entered the plane, that would be more, because it was aggressive.
Jacinta, can you see these two gentlemen that are under us? Can you see the good points they are raising? They are raising good points. So they are saying that KWAM subdued first checkpoint, second checkpoint with his flask, and was about to enter the plane to subdue everybody in that plane. Only one man with a flask of water.
Oh yeah.
I like that. People who qualify to write Nollywood Nigerian version movie.
But that is a clear Nigerian movie, Nollywood.
But yes, what I think though, I think the guy was drunk, if you ask me.
I allegedly I suspect.
I would suspect that. Let me say I
something.
suspect.
There was a lapse in judgment. You know, a
I
lapse
suspect that.
from his personality. I also think there was also a lapse in judgment from the pilot's side, except when the audio comes out to clear her. But pending the audio, I also think there was a lapse in judgment from the pilot side. So, chat room.
And you know something?
Yes.
Allegedly, they might have some kind of, maybe they know each other, they knew each other somewhere.
Samsung to we are not the conspiracy theory now. Before you know, now we'll call you and say, oh, allegedly the pilot is pregnant too. That's so. That's no go, yeah.
Natasha and Fabio's situation.
But it's true though. I think the reason why the man did that is because he's connected to the president, number one. Okay. And then the owner of the airline is from his Jebu town, number two. So he thinks he wants to wield all that power against the pilot.
And I think the reason why the pilot did that is because she's connected, number one, and no man will make her feel less than what she's supposed to feel like.
Then she'll be very stupid if that was her thought process. She'll be because whatever her connection is,
so if we have a comment that says, please, where's Samsung going with this now?
it overrides the authority of being on that plane. Mm-hmm. The authority of being on that plane overrides everybody's connection.
Exactly. Point. So let's chat room was trending last week, and we were trending real like on TikTok. Chat room was way up there trending, and we had some comments that I would want us to just look at real quick before we proceed. So this is our chat room account on TikTok, and as you can see, it's just burning everywhere. So let's begin. Let's do this one. This one had the one Stanley. Stanley's not on TikTok, so he doesn't know what's happening to him on TikTok. But let's begin with this one. So I want to was in Jesus' days. If you say this man of God was in Jesus' days, that woman by the way. Yeah, we are inside that. As a matter of fact,
they're the kind of people that were criticizing Christ.
Yeah,
they were telling him, okay, what if this person falls
into depression?
Mm-hmm. So you are aware that this kind of thing can make this guy go into depression.
With all due respect, that's what they did to late Sammy.
You are playing with people's life. Even when you use the word, these are the kind of things they do back in the days, and they will die. You want people to die? And why do they like to create the message of fear? This is the era of Christ, is the era of salvation. Salvation is freedom, deliverance, healing, hope, not depression, frustration, and fear.
I respect a lot, right? But not when someone is so fixed in their ways that you bring down other people to show how righteous you are. Listen, unfortunately, at the end of it, we don't even know whether you said we will make heaven. Okay, so let's take some comments that some people were talking about. This one says, see as their two-face. See as their two-face. People that are not even born again are discussing gospel on a podcast. So when I saw this comment, I laughed there. I laughed. Say, see our face. Say, people don't be born again are discussing gospel on the podcast.
Why would they? I would give them that authority to make that judgment.
Ignorance not good though.
That's why Chaturanga responded and says, go and look up at Minister X and at officials themselves, then come back with your hypocritical, judgmental self and respond to these comments. It's people like you that are the problem we have with the kingdom of God in this generation. Now, this other one says, Baba saying for true and inside well. Whether I say I swear, I swear, we are not sure whether in too go make heaven. Another one says, That pastor is just attacking so many ministers this year. He need to check himself. Oh. Another one says, so you are not aware when Jesus rebuked the scribe and the Pharisees in the temple, it's applicable to Ebuka. That's the point that one raised, which, Chatu responded and says, I agree with you, but how many times did Jesus do that? What do you understand by he'll leave the 99 and go for that one? Someone says, there's a difference between the woman by the well, by the lake, and a believer making mockery of the kingdom. Don't forget that he wins souls like the woman by the lake. Salvation is freedom, doesn't warrant abuse of salvation. Okay. We also have a comment that says, where's this comment?
What do you mean speaking tongues,
let's go.
brother? You and I know who that Pella guy be.
Pella in this place, he was not mocking God. It was Ebuka that asked him, because he didn't on his own start to speak in tongues.
Everybody is concerned about one man. They feel pity for the Pella guy. What about the millions of souls, the prospective believers that know Pella and what he stands for, who are either on the fence or on the other side of the fence, or those that are trying to leave church and get back into the world because nothing is happening, and they see this kind of thing happening? Where do you think they will stand?
Do you know how many people mock God every Sunday when not they certified by the Holy Spirit to speak in tongues, for them to open their mouth? Oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, blah, blah, blah. What are you talking about?
What do they talk about now? Now, waiting video show us the one when we see you. We know they talk about the ones when we never see.
I got all these things when they talk. Because guys, if you're not following Chatroom on TikTok, please and please go follow Chatroom on TikTok. Chatroom with Max on TikTok. We are almost at 10,000. When we hit 10,000, we're going to celebrate. Almost at 10,000, 102,000 likes, following 306. Follow us, I will follow you back. Now, I wanted to also add another topic to this, but we'll leave that topic for next week. Our favorite man of God is trending again. Reverend Kess. Reverend Kess. He's trending again. This time around, he went after what's the name of that of the Koza pastor? He went after him. Yeah, this time around.
Really?
Oh yes, he did. He did. We'll be talking about that and some other topics next week.
Got it. WhatsApp audio.
In the meantime, what advice do you guys have to, number one, the Geo son newly married? Oh, we were supposed to take one comment. This is correct what we were talking about earlier on. And the comment is sorry, I'm going to meet you Stanley real quick. So the comment was from Mr. Eugene. He says he was not suspended because of the ladies dressing, rather because of the extravagant outlook of the wedding hall, which from all indication was like a disco hall. This negates chosen holiness standard. So that's with regards to the chosen ministries, Gio's son who got married, and they had issues with the way the hall was looking and some other extravagant things that they considered extravagant. And then he suspended the son on the night of the wedding, after the wedding. Allegedly, we don't know if it's audio suspension or resuspension, but the social media was buzzing about that, and that's why we're talking about it. So now, what advice do you guys have for the chosen Gio, the son who just got married newly, and the wife? What advice do you guys have to KWAM, the pilot, and the boss of the aviation? Jacinta, let's take you first.
Okay, my advice I have for the GEO, the son and the wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say for the pastor of choosing, you try and keep it real. Try and keep it real. I know already they have if they already have what they stand for. When you want to do things right, you say you start from home. I think would have been nice if he called off the son's wedding by the wedding gown and the panties the son brought. That would have been more like, not when you allow them to go ahead and then you are coming out to tell us that you have given them an audio suspension, which we know. So if you want to have a standard, just do it the way you want it to be done. And then for the son and the wife, please, they should just go and enjoy their honeymoon, and return back to church when it's done. Then for one and the captain, anger is not the best way to solve problems. He overreacted, and when that overreaction would have really cost him his soul. But thank God for mercy. And for the captain, she too didn't behave like a professional, because two mad people can't be in one plane or on one stage. So I think with her kind of the way she has been taught and she has been trained, there are some situations that when you see 5 minutes, 10 minutes won't cost you anything. That would have been fixed. And then for the Minister of Aviation, I think he was so fast in withdrawing her license. I think proper investigation will do, hear her out too, and do will help so that things will be done very well. Because I think the reason why the reaction was fast on her is because one is a celebrity known worldwide. But for how long will this celebrity cost us so much? Because being a celebrity doesn't give you the opportunity to do things that is not nice. You should be an example of peace. Should be an example to do things in such a way that people can say, no, he behaved like a matured man. He behaved different, So celebrity shouldn't be an yardstick, but people should take advantage of it and misbehave in a public square. So I think she should be investigated. And like you rightly said earlier, there should be an audio, or else then they should, after the suspension, she should be called back to her job. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Stanley? Oh, sorry, I muted you. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, with reference to the first, I didn't see that, so I really would not have much to say on that first video. But for the KWAM 1 situation, he has apologized, which I think is the noble thing and the human thing to do. He has realized his mistakes and has issued an apology to everyone. So I really commend him for that. He earned the respect I had for him back. So that's what I expected. Now, whatever the law demands to be taken as actions to correct and prevent this kind of things from happening again, I think that should be done, so it can also serve as a deterrent to any future offenders. In my opinion, KWAM 1 did better than Senator Adams Oshomole, who also was involved in the same fracas at the airport, but never issued an apology. So he thinks he's bigger than life. But for KWAM 1, great job on that one, and kudos. To the pilots, please, I've been defending you on every platform that I spoke about this thing.
May God save you. May God save you. Say audio no come on where they talk. Say
let the audio say that they told you to go, so that You and I can be justified, but if not, then
I will come for
did
you,
wrong.
Stanley. I will
Well,
come for you.
again, my defense is based on presumption, all right, and allegations. I want to believe that that's the case.
Oh, now you want to believe?
No. I'm saying that I didn't say that that's what they did. I'm saying could it be? Maybe, you know. But that's why I'm saying that I hope that that was the conversation that ensued. Other than that, I'm always very impressed when I see female pilots. I'm really, really impressed. Very impressed. When I get on a plane and it's a lady flying it, I feel very, very much at rest and proud of them. So please, I would like your license to get back so you continue doing your job and serving the aviation industry in Nigeria.
Thank you. Before I answer himself go or say something, we have a comment from Mercy. Mercy says, nice conversation. And then Tosa, I believe this is a response to Jacinta. She said, I beg you, KWAM celebrity worldwide care. Who does that? Okay. So it's gonna be unfair. It's gonna be unfair if we leave today without showing the apology of KWAM. We'll show you guys a little bit of his apology, and then you can watch it on channels and other TV stations.
And ladies of the press, here present, I am here to make clarification of the incident that happened on the 5th of August 2025 at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport local wing while about to board aircraft from Abuja to Lagos. The incident is highly regrettable because I have contributed the better part of my life in the past 50 years to the growth and development of Nigeria, my country, art and culture, both in and out of the country. I've been a good ambassador of this great nation, in and out, in very many ways. Somebody like me should not be found in such incidents. I accept responsibility and appealing to Mr. President, the country, the Honorable Minister for Aviation, the FAAN, the NCAA, and my fans across the globe to please pardon my behavior. Number one, I passed through 2 checkposts and the content of my cup was screened. Need to say I have any content in the cup. Until I got to the lounge while awaiting the boarding of the aircraft, I pour water in it because of my health situation. I need to be sipping water because I'm dehydrated, as recommended by doctor to me. Like I said,
Make a no spoil this apology.
Okay? This is not good. It's not good at all. The guy just apparently I didn't see the whole apology. The guy misyan, seriously.
I intentionally stopped it there. So
the guy misyan, seriously. If it's good as you leave him like that, so not play him further, I beg. The guy misyan. You didn't listen to what he did talk.
Oh God,
that's totally out of place. It's not an apology.
So please go ahead. Oh God.
Oh man, that's hilarious. But first, when it was his apology, let me start with KWAM. I accept his apology. One thing I commend him though.
Yeah,
he's one of the many Nigerian big men that will come out to make an apology, to give an apology. Very few of them will do that. I commend him for that. But then he would have just stopped at the point where he started talking about doctor asking him to sip water. Because you can ask for water on the plane. They will give you water. So except Nigeria, plane don't give you water. I think they always give you water anyway. They give you something with water, with a little bottle of water. So that one, it should have just stopped that after making that apology. Because I was enjoying his apology until he got to the water point. So I still accept his apology, because apology is apology. Apologized, and is one of many millions celebrity or big men in Nigeria that would do such a thing and come out and apologize. So I commend him for that. And then for the aviation president, I'm asking that it's a good job. He did a good job by making the correction and suspending 1-1 alongside with the pilot. The reason why I agree that I'm on the side of the suspension is because when the investigation is carried out, then we will know who they're going to let free from the suspension. But at this point, both parties were wrong. For one not careful for the safety of the passenger and other people out there, and then the other one be a personality, character, and try to break the law.
Yeah.
So for the pastor, I'm going to say that the pastor shouldn't have suspended his son or suspend the wife, because that is not it's not going to change anything. They've already dressed up that way and celebrated their wedding, and they were not naked. If they were like naked, maybe the boobs were showing, stuff like that, then you have an excuse for that. Tight pant is covered, everywhere is covered. I don't see any reason why.
The hall.
Even the hall, it's like there's nothing wrong with the hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, is their one of their biggest days. So they want to do it in a way it will be memorable. So I don't see any reason for the suspension. And they should think about changing that policy in that ministry, because one day his eyes will be open, just like the deeper life. They realize that television is important. Then these people will realize that all those things are also important in the church. So and therefore the son and the wife, I'm going to say that when you are doing something, try to be moderate, because after you finish spending all those money, remember you're going to eat when you get home.
Abba.
You're going to take
money
your
now. Money is not a problem.
They have to save too.
But this decoration is not expensive now.
This decoration is nothing now. Okay, now. Is it because of the light that is not?
Even if they have money, even if they have
Yeah,
money,
the suspension should not be. They shouldn't be suspended. I don't think any issue.
No,
what they did.
Sam, the money has been suspended too.
The money was not suspended, sir. You can't say that. You cannot say that.
Yeah, this week is a week of suspension. Aviation suspension,
suspension. But you know what? I was going to ask who sponsored the marriage. Is it not the father?
My own question that I was going to ask is, you are suspending the boy for the venue, the way the venue looks. If that's the reason for the suspension of the boy from ministry, if it's because of the way the venue looks, then just watch their dance. Look at the hall, right? And then the father is there enjoying himself in the same hall. If you don't like it, you will not go in.
Minister Max.
You will not go in. Yes, Jacinta.
You know, now he said exactly. Allegedly, he said exactly. You said they were spending money. Now it's Minister Sam. You are saying exactly. Which side are you? Are you saying exactly based on that small decoration? They just put flower, put this thing for front, cover chair with white cover. It's not even up to 500,000.
I don't think it's a decoration.
So
What they
when
said is a decoration.
exactly, and they should not spend plenty money. How now what made these people take
All right. So it's my turn to give advice now. So I will start from some soft story. Eh?
Answer me.
You want some soft to answer you? Okay, sir.
That is what happened to people that always spend too much or like to spend. Because when you spend too much, you find yourself in a state whereby you will now be looking for fundraising from brethren after the wedding.
Yes, he has moved.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm advising them not to spend, but you have a problem with my advice. So, because as I'm advising them, I am advising everybody that is watching, including us that is inside the show.
Stanley, if you like say we go suspend 2 of them. No, just go complete the week with suspension.
Just complete it. Complete the suspension week.
Complete the suspension week. But
we have to spend wisely because you're going to go home.
So based on,
but Jessica says that the share is not even expensive.
That wedding,
Jessica.
That wedding, don't forget Jacinta. Jacinta she does the decorations too and the wedding planner.
I know what.
Okay, so let me spoke it. Okay, let me spoke it. Now, from this whole wedding event, this is what I think the problem is. I don't think the problem is the money, number one. Number two, I don't think the problem is anything serious, but I think the problem is all about herd mentality. Herd mentality in the sense that if you are the shepherd, now follow me closely here. If you are the shepherd of a ministry, that you have your sheep, and
we should follow you closely.
Soft.
So we should follow you closely.
I need to come closer. Follow me closely. If you are the shepherd and you have your rules guiding your sheep to go straight, and your own want to veer off a little bit by avoiding the rule that you have put in place. You know you love your own very much, and if you allow that, the other sheep will follow the way your own is going. Then we'll begin to have remix in your rules. That is what I think the issue is here. Chosen has rules and policies on not doing things extravagantly, not living extravagantly. Wedding, instead of you to wear nice wedding dress, wear something that will float and cover up very well. Now you can already tell the future.
Wait. You say they don't live extravagant.
No, they don't.
And then there's the testimony of lion carrying somebody. Is that not extravagant?
Abba, that be testimony be that.
That is supernatural. That's supernatural, not extravagant, sir.
That is a very extravagant supernatural. It's supernatural extravagant.
What about the testimony of the woman that bought that $50 million Naira house? That ended up not to be her own.
Samsov, if you must give a testimony, you have to finish it. You have to finish it by, and the lion told me bye-bye. Okay. And then you have to add another one of where they matched the man leg and he heard, okay. But my point is this. You can already tell the future of the ministry. All these wonderful, great men of God. That's why I always say this, right? If you want to have a doctrine inspired by your own way of life, by the way you want your life to be, say it that is what you want to do. Don't make it Holy Spirit inspired. Don't make it that you heard from the Holy Spirit and he said we should not leave it, we should not dress like this. We should not have television. We should not, because someday your rules will change, and the Holy Spirit doesn't change his mind. Now you can already see the son wants a wedding like this, and the father lives a life like that. In the future, if our adventure, the son takes over, what kind of wedding will be conducted? That's for you to answer. But for the father, Geostar, you had to make the decision you had to make, because you are a leader and you're leading the people. So you had to make that decision. You have to suspend him. Some people are saying it's audio suspension, it's not a real suspension. You just gave him honeymoon vacation and called it suspension. That's what some people are saying. But do I think you suspended him? I don't know. I wasn't there. But all I know is you had to do what you had to do for a reason. We'll keep that there. For the children, you know your parents. You know what your parents like. If you can come to the table and discuss and have an amicable settlement before the day, that's fine. Which I think that happened. That's what happened. That's my suspicion. Because if there was no amicable settlement, Gio no go there. Gio go verse. He no go enter that hall.
Exactly.
You understand? But please, for the children, sit down, negotiate on what you want for your wedding. It's your day, yes. It's a memory for your day, yes, but also other people are involved in it too. Now, let's go to the pilot. Pilot, we love to see pilots that do a great job, and you do a great job. And the way you rev that plane, you can fly, you can fly. You know, I want to say this, right? I will not give any comment until the audio from the tower comes through, so that I can laugh at Stanley or say, yes, Stanley, you were right. I can't wait for that.
Oh, vice versa.
Oh, that's why I say, Stanley, you were right.
Thank you, son.
Because
I did notice your passive aggression next.
What did I do? What did I do?
I did your cup go full.
What did I do now? Stanley, I didn't say anything. I just said
your cup go full.
I'm sorry, you can see he's hijacking me. He's hijacking me.
That's a threat. That's a threat.
It's a threat. He just hijacked me. He just threatened me.
No,
you threatened my life.
He's waiting for me.
This is what we go through as broadcasters.
Do you know what you have just told me?
Yeah. What did I tell you?
Just told me. Do I know who you are?
Exactly. That's a good one. That's a good one.
No. This is what Stanley said to me. Stanley said, one day your cup go full. I will show you who I am.
No, I didn't go there.
If Stanley had a plane, Samsoft, if Stanley had a plane, I pick it to you. He will want to jam me. He will want to jam me. I'm telling you, I put it to you. Stanley, I put it to you. You yourself, you want to jam me.
If I hear what I will do, I will not jam you. I will not jam you. But I will tell TSA that if they see you with a big flask, they should hold you down.
They should hold my flask. There was nothing in the flask. The doctor said I need to be drinking water all the time.
No. You said that you went through first security.
And they examined the content of my flask.
Examined the content of your flask.
Need to say there was
the guy here for that place.
The guy here.
Yeah, for this. If I was him, I'd have
Who write the apology?
Who write that apology? He need to slap that guy.
They don't try. Because he did not say they examined the flask and it was empty.
No, he said the content.
They examined the content.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then now
so you tell us that you pass security with water, liquid.
But does that not tell you the
He don't confess.
He just confessed. That's why I said that. Now a breakdown of the system from the beginning of the airport to the plane.
Yeah.
So the security, they allow anything they pass.
They go fire all those ones. So
they need to go. Those are the ones that should have been suspended.
Yeah, they'll fire all of them.
Yeah. So as I was saying to the pilot, all I want from you is just come out and apologize your own. Do your own apology. And your apology, the apology you would be making would be in the confines of, oh, I heard about what happened. I heard if you were cleared that you could go, you could taxi, you could take off. You're apologizing because, oh, I didn't know there was anybody on the tarmac. I thought everybody was done because I was given the clearance to go. And if you were not given the clearance to taxi, oh, I apologize. Blah, blah, blah.
I don't go bad though.
I don't go bad if she wasn't given the clearance to taxi.
I'm telling you.
Because now that is threat to life. That is
and recklessness.
Yeah, recklessness. I don't know.
On the plane.
On the plane. It's only Stanley that I'm waiting for this. It's because of Stanley I'm waiting for this audio.
I will be vindicated now. Don't worry.
So far on this show, Stanley has never ever been vindicated. I promise you.
I have always. Always.
I can't wait.
Sometimes.
Always.
So please, we need that audio, please. At least let it come out this week before next week's show so that we can talk very well and laugh. Okay.
And please tell them not to doctor it.
Ego first laugh himself.
Exactly.
I know. Okay, so Mr. Eugene says, good attitude, Mr. Wasil, for the one who asked, do you know who I am? To swallow his pride and apologize. Samson spoke well about him. Kudos, Sam. So this is what I think.
Thank you, sir.
I think it's all politics, right? It's all politics. Kwamwa knows what he's looking for. He apologized. Good thing he apologized. But in an apology, if you apologize in there, it's just like when they told Natasha to apologize to the Senate. But you see
what I was talking about? You see what I was trying to bring them together?
Yeah, I know. But if you did, Stanley would have come after you. So nobody can talk without Stanley coming after them. Anything get to do with woman talk.
Why would she apologize to the Senate when the Senate was wrong?
Yeah. At least thank God said a day vacation now. When we come back, we'll continue with that.
Fabio is on the hospital bed as we speak.
What did they do?
And they say go for some medical stuff. They can't get an emergency admission.
Oh.
Don't worry, he'll be well in Jesus' name. We're praying for him.
Make it well, though. I want to see the end of this fight.
I don't already tell you how the end could be of this fight. I've told you. You don't want to believe me. I swear. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much for being on the show today. It's been a wonderful one. For all the comments, next week we're going to open the phone lines. We wanted to open the phone lines today, but it was going to take a lot of time. But next week we'll open the phone lines. We're going to talk with you. In fact, we'll even go a step further to do something more personal for next week by the grace of God. Just stay cool, stay calm, stay hydrated. Don't forget what your doctors say. Always drink water in your flask. Even if you've mixed it and there's no water.
Next to the troublemaker.
Carry your cup.
Jessica, how do you talk?
Carry your cup along you and
carry your flask along. Wait, you say show us that color of that 5 alive don't change.
It don't change
to black.
Don't finish.
You don't finish. Yeah. Okay.
Now what's out inside? Not be anything else.
And water now prescribed by the doctor.
Exactly.
And she needs it because she's dehydrated.
Yeah.
Very, very.
All the time. It's a glass of wine.
No wine.
Are you sure? All right, ladies and gentlemen, from the chatroom crew, it's been wonderful. Thank you very much. Stay blessed and stay healthy. God bless you. Have a great week ahead. It's your boy, Matt. I want to introduce a show to you. It's called